Shri Ganesha Sharada Gurubhyo Namaha Sinduraruna Vigraham Trinayanam Manikya Maulispurat Taranayaka Shekharam Smitamukhim Apinamakshurham Panibhyam Alipurna Ratna Chashakam Raktotpalam Bibhratim Saumyam Ratna Ghadastha Rakta Charanam Dhyayet Param Ambika. Welcome to all for this session on Lalitopakhyanam. In the previous couple of chapters, we have seen the description of the Srinagara, in which first Hayagriva was explaining the outer prakara, starting from the prakara that is made out of the iron, and then subsequently the different metals with which, like tin, lead, silver, gold, and in between the Panchaloha. And likewise, he explained about the prakaras which are made of many metals, and the outermost prakara being protected by Kalapurusha, Mahakala, along with his consort Mahakali, with many Shakti Devatas. And then the inner prakaras, one by one, they were protected by the Ritu Devatas like the Vasanta Ritu, Grishma Ritu, Varsha or Varuna, or then the Hemanta Ritu, Shishira Ritu. Likewise, each prakara was protected by different Ritu gods and along with their consort and the Shakti Devatas. And each the enclosure between these prakaras was covered by various trees. So this description was given in the last two chapters. And now in this chapter, as you move further beyond that prakara of silver and later by gold, then starts, as Hayagriva explains, the Pushyaraga Maya Shala are also known as Siddha Loka. 7 yojanas away from the prakara of gold and 4 yojanas in height is the prakara built of Kanaka Pushyaraga gems. Within this enclosure dwell Siddhas and Siddha damsels in great ecstasy, ever in contemplation of Sri Devi Lalitha and ever ready to assist her devotees. The doorways and the gopuras of these Ratnashalas, the prakaras which are made out of different gems, like the first prakara is built with Pushyaraga gem, the remaining prakaras are also built with various gems. So these Ratnashalas are similar to those of the previously described metallic shalas, except that these areas of gems while the others are of metals only. The outer prakaras were made out of metal, while these inner prakaras made out of various gems. That's why they are called as Ratnashalas. Even the land enclosed by the golden wall on this side and the Pushyaraga Manimaya wall on the other is resplendent with reddish glow as of Pushyaraga gems. There are beautiful birds flying along crystal clear streams and resting or singing on gem yielding trees. Even the trees were yielding the gem. People who have become siddhas occupy this enclosure by virtue of their mantra sadhana of Devi, having freed themselves from Ahankara and Mamakara. Next to this comes the Padmaraga Maya Shala, which that means that which is made out of the ruby gems, and it is also called as Charana Loka. 7 yojanas from the Pushyaraga Maya Shala and 4 yojanas in height is the Padmaraga Maya Shala, inhabited by people of Charana Loka. Day and night, the Charana damsels spend their time in blissful existence, ever in contemplation of Sri Devi Lalitha. The third among the third among these Ratnashalas is the Gomedhika Prakara, which is also called as Yogini and Bhairava Loka. Inside the Padmaraga Prakara, 7 yojanas away and 4 yojanas in height, is the Gomedhika Shala, made out of the Gomedhika gems, peopled by crores of yoginis and bhairavas worshipping Parameshwari Kala Sankarshini. Then the fourth enclosure is called Vajra Prakara or Deva Yoni Loka. 7 yojanas from the Gomedhika Shala and 4 yojanas in height lies the Vajrashala, the intervening enclosure also being of diamonds, within which dwell 14 types of Gandharvas and Apsara Ganas, singing in praising or praises of Parameshwari. They are of the form of Kandarpa and beautiful beyond description. Rambha, Menaka, Urvashi, Alambusa, Manju Ghosha, Sukeshi, Vishwachi, Tilottama also dwell there, devoted to Sri Devi Lalitha. Also therein dwell the 14-fold Apsaras, ever worshipping Sri Devi. Agastya at this point requested Hayagriva to narrate the names of 14 sources of Apsaras, and then Hayagriva Muni enumerated them as follows. The 14 different sources of Apsaras are the Apsaras who are born from the Brahma's mind, Kama, Mrityu, Urvi, Marutam, sun's hot rays, moonbeams, Vedas, Pavaka, Vidyut, Amrita, Dakshakanya Muni. Dakshakanya means Arishtas and the water. Fairies are born from the above mentioned 14 different sources. Kinnaras and Kimpurushas dance and sing in praise of Sri Devi Lalita and are ever intent on her great mantra. On this enclosure is a river of diamonds. Devi's devotees partake of the waters of this diamond river and acquire a long life free from illness. Also, it was here that Indra performed tapas when his Vajrayudha failed to injure or hurt Bandasura and was lost. He was presented with another Vajrayudha by Devi, who was pleased with his tapas. Next to this, the fifth one is the Vaidurya Shala, or also known as Danava heaven. 7 yojanas towards the interior of the Vajrashala and the 4 yojana in height lies the Vaidurya Shala. The inhabitants of Patala Loka, after acquiring merit through Devi Mantra Japa, arrive here and dwell in bliss. Such are Shesha, Kshaka, Shankhachuda, Vasuki, Maha Padmamukha, and their relations, and even Maharuksha dwell here, ever in worship of Sri Devi Lalita. Rivers and streams cold to the touch flow here, adorned by lotuses and swans. There are dwelling places there made of Vaidurya, wherein resides these great Asura chiefs and snake chiefs along with Charanas. Sixth one is the Indra Neela Maya Shala, also known as human heaven, or made out of sapphire. 7 yojanas from Vaidurya Shala and 4 yojanas in height lies the Shala of Indra Neela gems, also known as sapphires. The streams and tanks therein are clear as crystal and sweet to drink. Human beings from the earth become siddhas and reach here as a result of their devotion to Sri Devi Lalitha through their japa of her great mantra. There are celestial damsels here who feed them well and give them drinks and other enjoyments to their heart's content, ever mindful of Sri Devi Lalita and her great Mantra Raja. After enjoying here, they are again born into the world because of their insatiable desires. By worshipping Sri Chakra of Lalita, again they reach this Indra Neela Maya Shala and enjoy the pleasures to their full. After such repeated experiences, when calm devotion reigns in their hearts for Sri Devi Lalita, without further cravings and desires, they are united with Sri Devi Lalita to become one with her as a result of the acquisition of divine wisdom. The seventh in the line is the Mukta Ratna Maya Shala or Sura Svarga. The eight lokas of the Dipalakas reside here, 7 yojanas away towards the interior from Indra Neela Maya Shala, and 4 yojanas in height lies the Mukta Ratna Maya Shala. Here flow Tamraparni and Mahaparni rivers bounded by banks of pearls and flowing on a land of pearls and bearing pearls in abundance. The inhabitants of Sura Loka who have made japa of Mantra Raja of Sri Devi Lalita arrive here after ending their enjoyment in Swargaloka. Within this enclosure, walled by Mukta Ratna and Indra Neela Maya Prakara, are the dwelling places of the great Dikpalakas. Indra, the leader of the gods, rules the eastern side, Agni, the southeast, and Yama, the south. In this Yamaloka, Yama, who is well versed in Lalita Mantra Raja, Lalita Mantra Japa, is assisted by Chitragupta to punish the enemies of Devi, those that have been cursed by their gurus, the unruly, the proud, the haughty one, the obstinate, the lazy and indolent, the cruel and the mankind, the slayers of lives, sinners and the haters of women, adharmacharinis, all these sinners are punished according to their deserts in various parts of this Yamaloka or hell, such as Kala, Sutra, Raurava, Angara, Epana, Asipatravana, etc. The Rakshasa Lord Niruti, holding a khadga, rules the southwest corner, surrounded by Rakshasas in the Rakshasa Loka. The west is ruled by Varuna, riding on a mighty fish. This Varuna is ever devoted to Sri Devi Lalita to such a great extent that he was made it his duty to punish the foes or the enemies of Sri Lalita and to liberate and help her great devotees in all manner of ways. The northwest corner is ruled by Vayu, the wind god, and the Siddhas dwell there in bodies of Vayu and also Yoginis most powerful. The Pavamana means the Vayu Deva holds a dhwaja or flag in his hand and rides on a mriga means the deer and is ever in peaceful contemplation of Sri Devi Lalita. The Shaktis Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna ever serve him. This Maruteshwara obtained his great power to pulverize the worlds during Pralaya through his japa of Sri Mantra Raja of Lalita. The north is ruled by the god of wealth, Kubera, amid his nine treasures, Navanidhis, and with his spouses, Buddhi and Vriddhi. With him, Manibhadra, Purnabhadra, Manima, Manikandadara, and other yakshas also dwell there worshipping Sri Devi. The northeast corner is ruled by Lord Rudra, ever in quiet contemplation and surrounded by Rudraganas, capable of destroying the world in an instant. Maharudra is depicted here with angry red eyes, armed with bow and arrows, ready to destroy the worlds. His hair is matted and body is full of ornaments, and is surrounded by great beings like unto himself in form and arms. In this corner is a chakra with 16 tiers or avaranas occupied by Rudra and Rudranis, blissful ever in contemplation of Sri Devi Lalitha and her Mantra Raja. Innumerable are the Parivara Devatas of Maharudra occupying the underworld, the earth, and the firmament. Some Rudras live on air and rain only and are full of tejas and red eyed. Those that dwell in the firmament are with matted hair and armed with bows and arrows, blue and black in color, and strong bodies. Rudras ruling the earth are Vishikhas and Kapardhinis. There are others guarding the pathways in all directions and biding in tirthas, thousands of them. All these are intent on devotion to Sri Devi Lalita and ready to punish her enemies and protect her devotees. They are ever in attendance on and obedient to the Maharudra who dwells at the center of the chakra of 16 avaranas. The 100 Rudras famed in the Shatarudriya ever remain removing obstacles. Thus, Indra and other Dikpalas all abide in this pearl decked enclosure, each in their own loka. Next to that is the Marakata or the Emerald Sala, also known as Varahi Loka. Inside the pearl studded Shala, 7 yojanas away and 4 yojanas in height, is the Emerald Prakara or Marakata Prakara, similar to the previous Shalas in Gopuras and doorways. Within this enclosure are 4 homes for Varahi Dhandini Devi, similar to those of Shamala Devi. These dwellings are situated in the 4 corners northeast, southeast, southwest, and northwest. The Kirichakra chariot is stationed in this enclosure consisting of 7 tiers with all their Avarana Devis and Shaktis. This emerald enclosure contains many golden palmyra gardens, and all good things are available therein. The Shaktis dwelling therein are equal unto the Avarana Devis of Kirichakra, full of play with rolling eyes and bearing fearful weapons. Hetuka and other Bhairaveshwaras, as well as Drambhini and other Shakti damsels, including the seven Nigraha Shaktis, roam about in the vicinity of the four houses of Vatali, Unmatta Bhairavi, Swapneshi, Tiraskarini, Giripada Devi, ever more near Vartali Devi, serving her with great happiness. They punish evildoers and reward the good. Vartali has a place in Maha Padmavati also. And next to this is the Vidrumakara Shala, or the one which is made out of the corals, also known as Brahmaloka. 7 yojanas away from the Marakata Shala and 4 yojanas in height is the Vidrumakara Shala with the sheen of rising sun. Here dwells Brahma in his Brahma Loka, resting on his lotus and surrounded by many Munishwaras as well as Maricha and other creators of the worlds. Maricha and other creators of the worlds, ever in contemplation of Sri Devi Lalitha, 14 Vidyas and 1,000 Upavidyas. Also, the 64 Kalas reside here in human forms, magnificent, all obedient to Lalita Parameshwari. The 10th enclosure is the Manikya Mantapa Navaratna Shala, or also known as Vishnu Loka. 7 yojanas from Vidrumashala and 4 yojanas higher towards the interior is the Prakara of many gems, mean Navaratna Shala, with gates and gopuras as before. Herein lies the Vishnu Loka, and the enclosure itself goes by the name Manikya Mantapa Sthana. The protector of the world, Lord Vishnu, dwells here, ever mindful of Devi's worship and her mantra raja. The fourfold, tenfold, and 12-fold forms of Lord Vishnu dwells here in different forms, though issuing forth from one Maha Vishnu himself. Though from one Mahavishnu himself, the 10 avatars of Lord Vishnu, which had issued forth from the 10 fingernails of Sri Devi Lalitha during her battle against Bhandasura, also dwell here, always repeatedly appearing on earth in every kalpa as and when necessary. Inside this Manikya Mantapa, Lord Vishnu, the bearer of conch, discus, and the club or the mace, appear in 12 different forms. The Dwadasha Murtis of Lord Vishnu are as follows. Lord Keshava of Jambunadha Prabha. Jambunadaprabha resides in the eastern part of Manikya Mantapa. Lord Narayana, with conch in hand, abides in the western part. Lord Madhava, with conch in hand, abides above it, and of Indivara Shama. Lord Govinda with conch stays in the south. Lord Vishnu with crow stays in the northern part. Lord Madhusudana with Musala is in the southeast, shining like Aravinda. Lord Trivikrama with Khadga is in the southwest, shining like flame. Lord Vamana with Vajra dwells in the northwest, shining like Aditya. Lord Sridhara with Tasha is in the northeast, like unto Pundarika. Lord Rishikesha with Muddara is below, shining like lightning. Lord Padmanabha with Saranga moves around Manikya Mantapa in clockwise direction, shining like a thousand suns fully armed. Lord Damodara with Pasha means the noose shining red. Sarvagna moves around Manikya Mantapa in anti-clockwise direction, inside and outside. Sarva Shakti Maya and Aparajita, all powerful. The inner among them, inner side of this comes the thousand pillared Mantapa, also known as Ishvara Loka. 7 yojanas further inwards from the Manikya Mantapa at Vishnu Loka lies the area of Shiva Loka, containing the thousand pillared mantapa studded with all kinds of gems and gaily decorated in a most fascinating manner. On each side of it can be counted 1,000 pillars inlaid with precious gems like lightning of all colors. The 28 Shaiva Agamas, also known as Smritis, are personified there in their celestial form. Nandi, Bringi, Mahakala, and the rest of the 26 Devatas reside therein. Thousands of Gajananas shine there. The great Ishana or the Ishvara is the Lord of the Loka, ever mindful of the worship of Sri Devi Lalitha and ever obedient to her behests. He is ever in Manana of Sri Devi Lalitha, Lalit and her Lalita Mantra Raja, and ever immersed in Ananda. He gives mantra siddhi to all, making them capable of dispelling both inner and outer darkness, giving them effulgent forms and filling them with shining Medha Shakti. He is Sarvagna, Sarvakarta, and Mahadeva, ruling all lokas obedient to Sri Devi. Thus dwell all devas from Indra up to Ishvara in their respective lokas, in the various enclosures and chakras around Sri Devi's abode. Hayagriva continues saying, O great Muni, I shall now describe to you something which will wash away all sins, the hearing of which is sufficient to grant all prosperity. Then comes the Manonama Mahashala, 7 yojanas inwards from the Shala of 1,000 pillars. There lies the Manasa Shala bedecked with all the varieties of gems. The doorways and gopuras are similar to the previous enclosures. The enclosed area is known as the Manasa Lake of Amartya or Amartya Vatika. Those who drink of this nectar get diamond hard bodies of great strength together with all siddhis and yoga and great prajna. For these nectarine water have indeed magical powers. The very fragrant breezes over this nectarine lake make one capable of becoming the lord of the handmaid of all siddhis. Those who even touch the waters of the lake, getting wet or immersed in it, has all his sins and weaknesses washed away. There is a dry bank of land around the edge of the lake. This lake is known as the unfordable Manasa Lake. On the surface of the lake swim two swans with enchanting curves, decked with many dazzling gems with a golden sheen of variegated colors. These swans move from shore to shore, creating unending ripples and waves on the surface of the lake. They are immortal and free from all ailments by virtue of drinking of these magical waters of the lake. These two swans ever utter the Soham Japa of Sri Devi Lalitha Mantra Raja. Nobody may cross the Manasa Lake from one bank to the other without the help of a boat and without the permission of either Dandini Devi or Mantrini Devi. In charge of these boats is the chief by name Tara Mahashakti, who has many maids in her service for rowing the boats across. The beautiful gem-decked boats that ply from shore to shore on the lake number in thousands, while the maids that ply these boats number a crore. They are ever young and beautiful and are adepts in singing and dancing, playing on such musical instruments as the veena, venu, mridanga, etc. Some of these damsels are experts at playing the boats, others at playing the musical instruments, still others at singing, some excel in dancing. They surround their chief Taramba, who joins them in play and song in great delight. He lets them ferry across on their boats all those who had obtained permission to cross the lake from either Dandini Devi or Mantrini Devi. Taramba, who is three-eyed, is ever singing praises of Lalita in great joy while watching the gaily moving boats on the lake like stars in the firmament. He protects and takes care of the many Shakti damsels living in the gem studded boats, whereupon are houses which are also studded with nine varieties of gems. Some boats are of gold, while others are of gems. Some are of the shape of alligators, while others have the shape of animals. Some are like the hands of lions, while others are of stronger, stranger shapes. Thus, surrounded by multi shaped boats, Sri Taramba herself rides on a majestic and magnificent one. She is the form of Atma ever engaged in Lalita Mantra Japa. Seated on a Ratnasana, she watches and directs the movements of many boats while her own moves round on the lake, sometimes in a clockwise direction and at others in an anti-clockwise direction, hither and thither. Thus she ever guards the Manasa Lake and protects the many maids engaged in her service. On the other side of Manasa Lake, 7 yojanas away towards the interior is the Buddhishala. Within it is enclosed the Ananda Vapika, the lake of Ananda or ecstasy. The sheen of Ananda Vapika is golden. Here also there are swans on the celestial lake drinking from its water of immortality. Here also are Shakti maidens devoted to Sri Devi Lalitha. Their chief is Varuni Devi herself, who sits on a magnificent boat of gems, surrounded by her handmaids, watching the movement of the myriads of other boats moving on the lakes, as in the case of Taramba in the Manasa Lake. One look from this three-eyed Devi will enchant all and make them tipsy as if drunk, red and effulgent as the sun with blushing cheek, suffused with blood, with parijata flowers in her hair, and looking into the eyes of her Lord, who is ever ready to please her. She spends her time in japa. Next, the 14th in the interior is the Ahankara Sala. After crossing the Ananda Vapika 7 yojanas away from Buddhishala towards the interior, we come to the Ahankara Mahashala, which is like the others in configuration with doors and gopuras. This Ahankara Mahashala encloses Vimarsha Vapika, consisting of Amrita or nectar that flows from the Sushumna Nadi of Mahayogis who practice pranayama and take their kundalini to the Sahasrara. As in the case of previous two lakes, here also dwell swans on the lake with gem-decked boats rowed by Shakti damsels. The goddess who command here is Kurukulla Devi, dark of hue, wearing blue armor, surrounded by damsels similar to her in color and dress and ornaments. Kurukulla Devi sits in her gem-studded boat, watching and commanding other boats, as in the previous two cases. Next to Ahankara Shala comes the Surya Bimba Maya Shala. 7 yojanas away towards the interior from Ahankara Shala lies the Surya Bimba Mahashala of 4 yojanas. The enclosure is red like Kuruvinda and lighted up by the sun and is known as Bala Tripurasundari. Bala Tripurasundari adorns the place. At the very sight of the place, Suras, Siddhas, Naras, and even Asuras will obtain the tejas of the sun. It was here that the sun and the stars had performed tapas and obtained their present glowing bodies to light the worlds and support them. Markanda Bhairava, or the sun, dwells here with 12 Adityas surrounded by crores of Shakti damsels glowing with Maha Tejas. He plays and wanders under the shade of Kankali trees in the company of Maha Prakasha Shakti, Chakshushmati Devi, and Chaya Devi. They are ever devoted to Sri Devi Lalitha and mindful of her mantra japa. They help to remove both outer and inner darkness from Lalita's devotees. The 16th among this Ratnashala is the Chandra Bimba Maya Shala. 7 yojanas away towards the interior from Surya Bimba Mahashala is the Chandra Bimba Maya Shala, also 4 yojanas in extent and equal to the previous one in the matter of doors and gopuras. The land enclosed is named Chandrikodara, for it was here that the moon had performed great tapas to obtain his present glory. Here dwells Somanatha, lighting the three worlds with his cool beams. He is surrounded by 27 constellations of stars in celestial maiden forms. He is ever full in his great and true form, never undergoing the parent waning and waxing phases, and without any spot. He grants the wishes of the devotees of Sri Devi Lalitha and also places the constellations which reside there in devotion to Sri Devi. 17th is the Shringara Shala. Proceeding 7 yojanas from Chandrikodvara Shala towards the interior, we comes to the Shringara Shala of 4 yojanas. The entire Shala is most beautiful and enchanting, captivating the hearts of onlookers and filling them with great ecstasy. The place is inhabited by exquisite damsels decked in celestial ornaments and moving gracefully in gem studded boats numbering thousands. Their master and lord is the bearer of flowery arrows, Madana, who enchants and rules the hearts of the 3 worlds unopposed. He is ever intent on devotion to Sri Devi Lalitha, who had regenerated him after the destruction of Bandasura. Due to the moha caused by Manmatha, the Suras, Siddhas, Naras, and Asuras cannot gain entrance to the Maha Padmatavi means the forest of great lotuses. Only those with a pure chitta, like unto Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara, may enter this magnificent and enchanting garden of great lotuses called as Mahapadmatavi. Of course, the pure and peaceful ones who are immersed in devotion to Sri Devi Lalita Rajarajeshwari always gain entrance here. Those who are prey to moha and delusion, whose chitta is unsteady, whose minds are not under control, who are stupid, can never think of getting a view of this great place of beauty and enchantment, ever under the protection of Madana, the great deluder of the 3 worlds. Now we come to the innermost garden of the great lotuses, also known as Chintamani Mansion. 6 yojanas from this Shringarashala towards the interior is the spot which is the center of Srinagara and houses the great mansion of Chintamani gems surrounded by the garden of great lotuses. Within the mansion, magnificent is the wonderful Sri Chakraraja, the abode of Sri Devi Lalita Rajarajeshwari and Lord Kameshwara or Rajarajeshwara. The entire enclosure is resplendent with gems which yield all prosperity. There are gopuras all along the 4 sides, right up to the boundary of Shingarashala. There are in all 20 prakaras, and at the rate of 4 gopuras lying on the 4 sides of each prakara, there are altogether 100 gopuras. Prakaras are a yojana apart each to each. I shall now relate to you the Mahatmya of this enclosure full of great lotus blooms. Listen, O Muni, within this enclosure of gems are great lotus blooms attached to soft but thorny tendrils For a yojana in length, the leaves are 80 inches in diameter. Their fine hair like fibers are each 40 inches long. The central vortex of the lotus bloom, surrounded by many such leaves, is 100 spans in length. They are very tender and soft and ever in full bloom, scattering fresh and enchanting fragrance in all directions. There are crores and crores of these great lotus blooms filling this large lake, which is a veritable forest of Padmas. On the eastern side of this Maha Padmatavi is a round like dish, a vessel for worship, Arag Argyapatra of a yojana in width, shining like the sun himself with his 10 kalas. This is the great vessel for worship of Sri Devi Lalitha. Around this vessel are mighty guardian Shaktis like Dhumrarchi and others, shining in their 10 kalas like Lakshmi Devi herself and bedecked with all varieties of ornaments with the beauty of Manmata. They are Dhumrachi, Rushma, Dwalini, Galini, Vishpulingika, Suari, Surupa, Kapila, Havyavaha, Vyavaha. These 10 kalas of fire are the patra, the vessel for worship. The sun exists there in the shape of this great big saucer, dispelling the darkness of the three worlds. This sun like vessel is half a yojana in height and a yojana in area and is Jyoti Rupa. In it are the 12 kalas of sun personified as his little daughters. Tapini, 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 Dhumra, Marichi, Dwalini, Ruchi, Sushumna, Bhogastha, Vishwa, Bodhini, Dharini, Prema. In what wonder vessel is the nectar Paramamrita capable of yielding great and ecstatic joy or Mahananda, and which is a panacea basis for all types of medicines, scattering sweet fragrance like the nectar of the blue lotus, cool and crystal clear and well suited for worship of Sri Devi Lalitha, granting all siddhis. This nectar goes by the name of Nishkara Kalamaya, Nishakara Kalamaya nectar, or that which consists of the kalas of the make of the night or the moon. Little gem-studded boats float in it, carrying these Shashi kalas, means the kalas of Chandra, personified as young and beautiful damsels. Amrita, Manmada, Manada, Pushpa, Pushti, Tushti, Rati, Driti, Keshini, Chandrika, Kanti, Jyotsna, Sri, Preeti, Angada, Purna, Purnamrita. These young damsels are youthful and beautiful, shining, resplendent, and full of happy smiles. Playing there are also 10 Brahmakalas capable of creating the worlds: Srishti, Buddhi, Smriti, Medha, Kanti, Lakshmi, Jyoti, Sthira, Sthiti, and Siddhi. Moon among Munis, it is impossible to describe their beauty and charm. There too are the 10 Hari Kalas: Jara, Palini, Shanti, Ishwari, Rati, Kamika, Varada, Radini, Preeti, Dirgha, and also 10 Rudra Kalas like Tikshna, Raudri, Jaya, Nidra, Andri, Puta, Prodhini, Priya, Utkari, Mrityu. The four Ishvara Kalas playing there are Pita, Spitta, Shweta, Pita, Shweta, Varuna, and Sita. And 16 Sadashiva Kalas are Nivritti, Pratishka, Vidya, Shanti, Indira, Deepika, Rechika, Mokshika, Mushika, Para, Sukshma, Sukmashri, Nana, Amrita, Apyayini, Vyapini, Vyomarupika. These move about and play also riding in very small boats. All the many Vidyas personified as little petty damsels of Shakti, numbering in thousands. All these many Shakti damsels and Kala damsels test the purity and eligibility of this Arghya for Sri Devi, and they are all thus drunk with this nectar. Even the Shaktis and Yoginis dwelling in the various avaranas of Sri Chakra and in this Maha Padmatavi also partake of this nectar in thousands of gem studded vessels, large and small, quaffing the nectar again and again. Every time it has a new taste and a new smell, so much so they never tire of drinking it to their fill. Even the Shakti handmaids abiding in the great mansion of Chintamani gems quaff with great delight, but the quantity of the immense cup never decreases. I have described to you all about the Argyapatra established on the eastern section of the garden of great lotus blooms. I shall now describe to you the great mansion of Chintamani gems. Thus, in this part of the Lalitopakhyanam, Hayagriva Muni was explaining all that is surrounding the Chintamani mansion till up to those seven metal shalas, and all these were spread with great Rathna shalas, including the Brahmaloka, Vishnu Loka, Shiva Loka, Indra Loka, or the Sura Svarga, or the Svarga for the human, Svarga for the Charanas, Siddhas, and other creatures. Namaste Sharada Devi, Kashmir Puravasini, Swamaham Prarthaye Nityam, Vidyadanancha Dehime. Goodbye.